Welcome to the show with a twist, we got flair. Joe and Raven squawking about things we all share. From pixels to dice, we rollin' in style. Anime and movies make us laugh and smile. Video games, we love to geek out loud. Every episode draws in a big crowd. With topics so fresh and segments so fly. Join the conversation, reaching for the sky. Squaakin and Joe Mama always keeps it real. Talking about the stuff that makes us feel. From epic quest to battles on screen. Tune in every week, it's a pop culture dream.
There we go. Okay.
Oh, we didn't do it. I thought we were all gonna be off. Okay.
What did we do? What did we not do?
Nothing.
Also,
Anything.
is Anton there?
Yeah, of course I'm fucking here.
I don't know. You're looking down. Like I don't know what's going
on the goddamn screen, dog.
It's the nemesis.
I mean, my apologies, Twitch chat. Hello.
Okay, so first off, for mods, give me a quick mic check. Is the music okay to our voices? And then I need to know how much louder each person is to each other to adjust on the fly. I think I got everyone close. This is me talking, and we also have Mr. RavenSquaaa.
Squaa, motherfuckers.
We have Feelgoodmdtv,
What up?
and then we have TheThemeFiasco.
Yeah, Joe, you always get us close and then let us down in the end.
What are you talking
Oh, damn.
Goddamn.
Jesus.
Wow.
Damn,
Wow.
We just
Wow.
covered-
Anime
God,
betrayals.
you suck.
Fuck you. Music's good. Everyone's good? Okay, cool. Thank you, guys.
You're welcome.
Welcome to the stream, the podcast episode on comic books. We're bringing back the podcast. We got a Pokemon one on the next one, hopefully.
Yeah.
And we got some great guests today. You may or may not know them, but if you don't, you should be checking them out. We have mods. Feel free to shout these people out. Obviously, we have TheThemeFiasco, great friend of the channel. Artiste, sometimes Skeleton, and yes, we are nerds. But I guess I would
Speak for yourself, dork.
Oh, I'm sorry. Were you not just pulling out fucking cards when we weren't on stream?
I don't know what you're talking about. If it didn't happen on camera, nobody saw.
Thank you, Kat. And then we also have a Feelgoodmdtv. Give a piece. Would you guys like to give a bit about yourself? Like, so let's start Fiasco and then go to Doc. Fiasco, tell everyone about yourself. What do you do? What do you like? Who you killing? Softly with his song.
Killing you softly. I'm killing everybody softly.
Oh, that's it. Turn up right.
Look them in the eyes.
He's loud. Don't worry.
Hold
Kat.
them close. Yeah, just doing my thing. I guess streaming Gunpla and games.
You're also on that Wasteland grind, aren't you?
Yeah, Fallout 76, doing all that stuff. Long walks by babbling brooks, running through meadows filled with dandelions.
Okay.
Normal stuff.
And raptors. Don't forget all the wonderful artwork of raptors.
I am a professional raptor artist. If you guys ever need a raptor drawn, so yeah.
And then Doc, Feelgood, MDTV, Filipino. Hi, Filipino.
Oh, it's me. It's me. What's going on? I'm Doc. I build Gunpla. I read comic books. I started streaming to build more Gunpla, and it's been working out. I built more Gunpla, and I bought more Gunpla. I need to buy more comics.
He eats more.
It sounds
Gunpla.
like you're into Gunpla.
I think you need more Gunpla, if anything.
More
More
Gunpla.
Gunpla.
Doc, have you ever heard of this thing? I think it's called Gunpla.
Yeah.
What's Gunpla?
I think you'd like it.
Yeah. Gotcha, Cat. We bump Fiasco up a tad. Okay. And Anton, I think, is just away from his mic, so that's why sometimes he's lower.
Are you wave from my mic? I'm literally right here, dog. Here, I'll turn myself up because
He's turning us
different
on.
levels, right?
Yeah.
Hey, yo, what up, chat? You know who it is on your FYP on Joe's channel. Your boy Raven.
It's like you don't get Joe, you get Raven instead. Showing
Yeah,
up on your
when you
channel.
come to Joe's channel, you get Raven.
Anyways, so for those new to the concept, Raven and myself talk about whatever topics interest us. This happens to be a crossover topic for both of us, comic books, because we've all grown up on comic books. I mean, he's also into One Piece cards right at this point, but same thing. Comic books.
I'm responding to chat. All right.
You were too busy opening packs. Yes. Thank you. But we've all had our own experience with comic books. If not, you guys might have been watching the movies that came out. So we're going to talk all things. It's going to be primarily DC Marvel, but obviously we're not beholden to the guide that I've written. We can step outside of it and talk about other things. Image Comics, like Invincible's very big. What was Todd McFarlane's brand called? You guys remember when he did Spawn back in the day? Whatever his thing is, Spawn.
Image.
Was it Image? It was Image, right? That was him. Yeah. So like we can go definitely outside the box. But primarily it'll be on that. We'll have a fun little trivia for chat a little bit later, but let's get talking about yes.
I need 5 minutes to make a call.
Okay.
Is that okay? I'm sorry.
No, go for it.
Check your DMs.
Go for it.
It's ruined. Cut the
Oh,
podcast. We're done.
That's it. We're done. Yeah,
Thanks for joining us.
Yeah.
I'm so sorry.
Let's go for it. We'll start off with we'll hold off on the I guess cold intro. We'll do the cold intro here. Would
That
you?
was not the cold intro?
Well, I mean, cold intro would be like something fun, and then we jump to something else. But anyways,
Oh, okay.
yeah. Let's go with what's your experience with comic books. When were you a fan? If you're a fan, anything comic books. Myself.
This is where the first prop can come in.
So this is basically, I guess, your origin story for comic books. Mine started with my cousin. My one of my cousin's older brothers was very into collecting comics. He was older than us by maybe 5-6 years, and he had a lot of old stuff like from the 70s, 80s, and he was a few 90s comics, but he's mostly the 80s comics. So the Golden Age, I think, or is that Silver Age? I think it's Silver Age. They consider that Silver Age.
I think it's silver.
So Silver Age. And I remember reading all his old shit because he kept it. Not in the best condition, but, good enough. Then I really got into comic books when they killed off Superman. Like, I knew who Superman, Batman, I knew who they were because cartoons and shit, but actual reading comics, when they offed Superman, my dad just started getting me comic books. I don't remember asking him to, but he's like, oh, here you go. And it's every day because he would stop by the Shoppers Drug Mart. I don't know if that's a Canadian-only brand, but it's a drugstore. And they had comic books. And you just kept collecting them up until, I want to say 2000... something in the 2000s, maybe 2003, I stopped collecting religiously, but then I picked it up again once the Blackest Night stuff happened, and then just kind of been on and off reading whatever I found. Thank you, Fiasco, for the hydrate. It's been on and off. But, Raven, what about yourself?
I don't know. I've been reading comics for quite some time. My dad used to take me out to this like real like mom and pop type of shop like back in the day, and we used to pick comics out all the time. Got me really into Batman. But like the first comic I've ever read was the original Power Rangers run.
Interesting.
Yeah, that I read. I had the first 3 issues, and then eventually was able to like just read kind of the rest of the original run. But like Batman's my flair. I'm a big Image Comics fan, and I love indies. Like I love indie comic books.
Hold that thought. We're getting a gift sub. Robin, what's going on? Thank you for the gift sub to Baying Sage. Appreciate it. Welcome on in. Afutaba, welcome on in. Sorry, continue, Raven.
Fix it.
I mean, they get a Gunpla Neon heart with a Joe in the middle.
So it's not even your heart.
No, I totally stole it from him. I stole it from him, and he hasn't stopped me since.
Can't believe it.
But past that, I've been reading comics pretty consistently. Sometimes I'll like kind of hop off for a little bit, and then anytime like we get a new like refresh of the universe, I'll start back on. And obviously, as of recent, the absolute fucking runs have been mint. Except for Superman until as of recently, but we'll get into that later.
Yeah. You talking about
the Superman run started off dog shit. I'm just saying.
You talking about Absolute, right? Absolute.
Yeah, Absolute Superman started off so.
Don't get me started
shit.
on that. I was like, oh my god, with that shit.
But solid right now. So, anyways, yeah, that's me.
All right, Fiasco, your experience with comic books.
So this is recently acquired my first comic book that I ever owned.
Ooh.
9.8 graded. So I was in a grocery store with my grandmother in like 93 and got that book, and that kind of led me down comic books. And mostly growing up, I would read Spider-Man and X-Men. And then it's very similar to my Gunpla story. I kind of got away from it and then came back as like in college and as an adult and started reading more Batman stuff.
Fuck yeah.
And then also I got all of the graphic novels for the Civil War, the first run of the Civil War.
Civil War is a good fucking.
You're talking about the first one though, right? The first Civil War. Okay.
The first
Yeah.
one. Yeah, not Civil War 2.
Yeah.
And I'm still trying to get back like older storylines that I missed that I really want to, like Darkest Night. I want to do. I haven't even started it yet.
Were you ever a fan of? Sorry to cut off the thing, but were you ever a fan of Arkham Asylum? That comic book run, that graphic novel.
I like really for Batman. Like I've got like the older stuff, like The Long Halloween, the Death of the Family, or Death in the Family, and then Death of the Family, and then the Dark Knight Strikes Back, and then the sequel to that.
Gotcha.
So like I'm slowly getting more into Batman stuff. I just did the Court of Owls.
Oh,
that was really good.
Pretty sick.
So good. Yeah.
Good run.
So yeah.
All right, then Feelgood. What about yourself?
I got into comic books because my brother was in the comic books. So my brother is 10 years older than me, and I got to read some of his comic books sometimes if I handled them correctly.
I see.
Ooh, one of those.
Dang.
And then once I started getting like money from like mowing lawns and doing stuff for neighbors and stuff like that, I got a pull box when I was 12, and here I am.
For those who don't know
many dollars less.
For those who don't know what a pull box is, why don't you go and explain to the viewers what a pull box is?
Pull box is where is what a nerd has when they really like comic books. A pull box is a dedicated box for your comic books at a store. So when the weekly deliveries come on Wednesday, they'll set them aside for you, and then when you come in, they just hand you the books. So you'll always get the comic books that you want,
and you can leave it there depending on the store. You can leave it there
depending on the store.
You can leave it there for a good amount of time, so you got a good chunk that you can pick up all at once.
There was a store next to one of the apartments I lived at, and that's actually where I bought all the Civil War stuff. And I had ordered the Black Panther Civil War book, and I forgot about it for like a year. And I went in there for something else, and the guy who ran the comics was like, "Hey, your book's here." Like he just he would remember you on site. Like if you ordered something, he would never write it down, but he would always get it. It would always be there. It was super cool.
It was still there after a year. That's crazy. That's dedication. Because the guy here that used to be close to us and is in the mall I work in, apparently everyone hates his ass. Everybody hates his ass.
That dude fucking sucks, man. I'm not gonna say his name.
Me neither.
That guy
Shout out to
fucking
him.
sucks.
Oh my god, it's always weird going into his store. Like it's so fucking weird.
Fuck, I used to. I've lived in this area my whole entire goddamn life. And before he moved to the place, the area that Joe works in, because not doxing anyone, I used to go to his shop as like wee little Anton, fucking 3 foot nothing, 50 pounds soaking wet. And I tried trading in my Pokemon cards one time, and he tried ripping me off. And then he was just real fucking like, I don't know, like real shitty about things. Like he would just like talk. He would talk to me like,
"This hand of mine is burning red. Its loud roar tells me to grasp victory."
That dude sucks. He could stub his toe or something, because I'm not gonna say anything crazy.
I'm sure what
like really hard, you know, like the ones that you think about 3
I'm
days
sure
later,
whatever
you're
you
like,
said in between that little part there, anyone watching this unfolds was probably meaningful, but got covered up. But thank you for the resub fiasco at that
I can
exact
still hear 'em.
moment. I will
Yeah,
say
for
though,
sure.
his wife very nice, and she'll remember you. She'll fucking remember you. Nice lady, but I'm not still can't.
Yeah, but she won't treat you like a piece of shit or a fucking war criminal.
Yeah. But
Fuck
anyways,
that guy.
anyways, so that kind of what's up?
I was gonna say, tell us how you really feel about him.
I think he's
Honestly,
a great person.
I know that. Fiasco trying to sabotage a podcast. Middle finger. Are you talking about the one store in the mall there? Is it actually an ass store? No, the store is all right. It's the guy who owns it. Also, what's up, Cruz? Congrats again.
Yo, what up, Cruz?
Congrats. He's just a dick. His wife and kids that work there, I feel like the kids aren't getting paid. His wife that works there is really nice though. But I hope you've been
Yeah,
good.
but him sucks. Fucking sucks.
Sus as fuck. And it's the last time I went into a store, because he started getting Gunpla recently. I never going off topic, but I have to put this in there. And I went in there for Gunpla, and he's building new shelves. And then I'm just like, I'm getting a whiff of like his. Like, I guess he didn't have a deodorant. I was just like, oh god. I was just like,
Oh man.
and then he leaves, and now I'm in the aisle, and people are coming in the aisle, and it's one of those Remainer smells. So now it looks
It
like
lingered.
and so now it's like I'm the one who smells, but I was like, it wasn't me. It was the guy who owns the store.
Joe, I can't believe you smell, dog.
Oh, bro.
I always tell you before to leave the house, you know, put on a bit of deodorant.
I
Joe
always,
smells good.
rule of thumb, always bring extra deodorant because you got to top off at some point.
Yes, valid. All the conventions and all the nerd stuff that I've been to in the last 5 years, and there's one issue. The
Showers.
smell.
Yeah.
Like, you just carry a little bit of deodorant on you, you know? Like, maybe take a shower every once in a while.
I went to a conference where they had like a 3-2-1 rule, and the one rule was 1 shower a day.
You have to make that a rule.
Perfect.
If
Like,
I
they
ever
had to
own,
make
like,
a big
hobby
announcement
shop or
about it, yeah.
something, and like I'm inviting people in, there's gonna be one rule, and it's take a fucking shower, and I'm gonna hire someone specifically for smell checks.
Okay.
And if you don't pass, you lose your registration fee.
That's it. We did cover a couple of these topics already. Do you think comic books still matter today in today's landscape of digital first and everything? I think there's still a place for it, honestly. Like, as we're talking about it, it's left an impact, and some of the new stuff is hitting. Not everyone. Like, there's a lot of misses. New 52 looking at you. Clone Saga from.
New 52 is basically dead at this point.
No,
though,
100%,
so, like,
100%. They course corrected that so fucking hard. But Blackest Night,
Well,
fucking
like-
phenomenal.
Like with New 52, they're like, oh, we're gonna do New 52. We're gonna reboot the DC universe because we have too many Batman books, and then like 2/3 of the books were Batman books.
yeah.
It's like
I read that.
Just like, what are you doing?
What was the
I
guy's?
read that whole their Batman run, and they did a lot with Batman during New 52.
Was his name Dan Didiogo, whatever is the guy's name who ran DC at the time? I don't know if he's still doing it. That fucking guy lied to me at a convention when they were doing the New 52. I'll never forget it. That
That's
fuck.
why you hate New 52.
Oh my god!
It's part of the reason. Like, I will say, out of all the New 52 stuff, the Booster Gold stuff was actually a lot of fun and a little surprised. But straight up, like, I remember talking to him, like, actually was at his table talking to him, and I'm like, so because you're changing timelines, rebooting shit, how does like the death of Superman fit in there, like, now, right? If it fits at all. And he's like, it happened, but it was a more compressed time, meaning everything still happened, it was just shorter. I'm like, cool, so that means Superboy's gonna be here, blah blah blah. No, motherfucker got rid of the OG Superboy, put it in with that fucked up version of him that I hate, and it took how many years for him to come back? Fuck you, Dan. Fuck you.
See, Joe, I think New 52 was okay.
Oh!
I read Heroes Reborn. I don't know if
Yup.
you remember Heroes Reborn, but Heroes Reborn is a steaming fucking turd and makes New 52 look like a piece of gold.
Yeah, honestly, New
Heroes
52
Reborn.
honestly wasn't that bad. There are stories interspersed amongst that whole reboot that were actually solid, and I enjoyed Batman's run. Year one was fucking awesome. His his dealings with the Court of Owls were super sick. Riddler taking over the city was fucking nuts. Like, and then
That was
everything
when
else.
Death of the Family happened, which
Yeah.
you know, like Joker's
Solid.
fucked up, but then you have like real life people who have to write Joker and come up with that stuff like in real life. It's like, come on, guys. Maybe take a vacation every now and then.
Yeah. Fuck you, Dan Dildo.
That's it. That's the name. Dad Dildo.
Shout to LPC.
Good job. Love it. Love it. So would you say you were more of a DC or Marvel kid growing up then? Like, how would you have identified then, I guess? I was DC, clearly. DC.
I was Marvel.
I was apathetic.
So just whatever you could get
If
your
it
hands
looked
on.
cool, and if it looked cool, I was into it.
Fair enough. Fair enough. Did you?
DC guy through and through. DC all the way. Fuck Marvel. No, I'm joking.
Okay, quick fire questions. Favorite hero, villain, and team? Go, Anton.
Favorite hero, obviously Batman. Shout out to white privilege personified. Favorite villain, kind of cliche. Love Joker. Love the chaos. Favorite team, I want to say Flash's Rogues Gallery.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
They have a name. What the fuck's their name?
It's the Rogues
The
something.
Rogues.
I can't remember.
Okay.
The Rogues. Is it just the Rogues?
So on my
Great.
end,
Fantastic.
hero, Superboy, aka Connell, aka Connor Kent, not the other Superboy. Fuck that guy.
You did like the leather jacket.
No, dude, that was 90s. If we're talking about that was if we're talking about personified, 90s personified. As a kid growing up in the 90s, that shit spoke to me so hard, and he had the attitude of the 90s. The one loop earring and everything, and then he got the T-shirt and shit, and that was cool. But then they killed him. Then they brought him back. Then they got rid of him. Then they brought him back, and then he came back in the 90s gear. I was like, I'm in. Bendis, if that's the one good thing you did when you were there at DC, it was bringing him back in the 90s outfit. Everything else, fuck you. Favorite villain, I would have to say, fuck. I don't want to say Joker. I feel like I like Lex Luthor, but he wasn't Brainiac. I think Brainiac had a pretty good couple of arcs in the comics run, depending on which Brainiac we're talking about. So I'll say Brainiac. And then team, I'm going to go with X-Men 97. Shout out X-Men 97 team. That was really well done cartoon, and like X-Men in general was always a lot of fun. Fiasco. Hero, villain, team. Go.
Favorite hero is Gambit. feel
Nice.
Yeah, have a graded first appearance of Gambit. Favorite villain is Doctor Doom.
Nice. Good choice. Good choice.
It's really more of a anti-hero than a villain, I feel. 'Cause he's just
Nah.
trying to protect it.
He's a
He's just-
fucking villain.
He's just trying to protect his country, you know. That's all.
Look, what's that saying? Villains are the heroes of their own story.
I mean, that's Black Adam's story too. He was trying to defend his country too.
Like,
Yeah, you know.
I'm just
Making
saying.
sure his country doesn't get wiped
get where
off
you're
the
coming
earth,
from,
you
but
know?
Dr. Doom, no, that dude is a villain.
And your favorite team?
Probably X-Men, because I didn't really read a lot of team books. Like, it was either X-Men or Spider-Man by himself, or, you know, Batman, or when Gambit would have they'd always give him like a 12-issue miniseries or whatever. They never kept him going for long. But yeah, probably X-Men.
All right. And Doc, what do we got on your plate?
Let's see. Your favorite hero, Green Lantern.
Which one?
Which
Um,
Which one? Which one?
Power Rangers. Power Rangers.
Okay.
Okay.
Power
There's gonna be
Rangers
some
Green
heavy
Lantern.
judgment. depending on which one. Ryan
Um,
Reynolds.
Favorite villain, Flash's Road Gallery. No,
Yeah.
that's the real answer. And favorite team is Grant Morrison's JLA.
Ooh.
Yeah, Grant Morrison's JLA.
Can you like elaborate on why specifically Grant Morrison?
Oh, that was like my first. It's the first time I liked Batman. To
Oh.
tell you the truth. It's the first time it truly showed Batman was like better than the rest of the JLA.
Yeah, that's the correct answer right there.
Because in the first run, spoilers, the Martians come, they take all of the JLA, and the only person left is Batman, and he takes them all down.
Yeah,
He takes them all down.
Amazing.
Oh man. Well, that leads to a very like a good segue to the next main point of topic: iconic arcs that shaped comics forever. That could deal with deaths that stuck versus deaths that didn't. Events that changed continuity. So like obviously that's a big one for you there, Doc. If you wanted to keep going that route, we can keep going that route, or we can pass off some while you think. If there's another arc that really you thought was like impactful in the comic scape.
House of M.
Yeah, House of M. Yep.
Oh,
Age of Apocalypse
yeah.
was the first one I remember that was like really.
Yeah. My big story arcs were Clones Saga for Spider-Man.
Okay, but did you
and
like
the
that?
Age of Apocalypse.
Did you actually like the Clone Saga?
Yes, I did.
Okay. Okay, for those who don't know,
'cause-
give them a little context on what this Clone Saga.
So somebody cloned Peter Parker and then raised him somehow, and then he showed up, and it was this whole like identity crisis because he didn't know. Like it resulted in like originally Peter Parker was told he was the clone at the end of it, and then so Ben Reilly was Spider-Man, who was the clone for like a
Shout out
year.
Scarlet Spider.
Yeah, Scarlet Spider is my favorite. Spider-Man, and so Ben Reilly was Spider-Man, and then came back that I think Kane came back, who was the guy who made the clone, and was like, oh wait, no, Ben Reilly's the clone, and Peter Parker was always the original Peter Parker, and so they flipped again.
Yep.
That part I don't like because it's just like, stand by your decisions, Marvel.
I mean, you say that, but like, how many people died and came back?
Right,
At
right.
this point.
But yeah, no, I think more to the question, like storylines that changed things was House of M was huge for that.
Which is where Scarlet Witch
Goes insane.
Yep.
Mhm.
With their non-existing
Creates an
babies.
Yeah, creates an alternate universe where basically Magneto's original ideals come through, and mutants are the predominant species or evolution of humanity, and then it gets fixed, but in the process of fixing it, something like 50% of mutants no longer have their powers. And then that leads to the Registration Act, which leads to Civil War.
Mhm,
Mhm.
mhm.
So yeah, like I think that one is huge.
That's a big one. That's definitely shaped up
Yeah.
everything. Raven, you want to jump in? I think you had something you wanted to pop off with.
No, nothing in particular.
Okay.
Like, yeah, you can take it.
So, like, the one that I know that I wasn't, like, invested in, but I knew was a big one was Infinite Crisis. The original Infinite
Well,
Crisis.
yeah.
Because at the time, I mean, they didn't stand by their decision per Fiasco's, like, call out. But at the time, there was multiple runs, multiple universes of DC running. So you had, like, Superman from the 60s still going on. Earth 2, where Robin grew up and became a grown-ass man, but still going as Robin. And then they decided, let's wipe the board. Let's stick to one universe. And they had this, like, kind of brawl between the anti-universe and all the universes, where different heroes from different universes came together to try and stop the antimatter universe from destroying everything. And in the process, they all merged into one, supposedly, universe. And that was so what comes after Golden Age? You have Golden Age, Silver Age, and then what? Modern Age. That's when the Modern Age happened. And that was like your Superman that led up to the death of Superman kind of thing. That Superman. Or Batman, Nightfall Batman. That was your Modern Age comics. And it was big because they killed off a lot of people. They killed off Supergirl. They killed off the Flash, or OG Flash, air quote, killed off the Flash, because 20 years later they retconned that shit.
Yeah, he was never killed off. He was just roaming the Speed Force for fucking a few decades. Like,
outrunning death.
Like, how do you kill off somebody who becomes time itself?
Exactly.
Yeah.
But that was one of the big ones I remember, was that one. And then you could argue Infinite Crisis 2, but I'd say the next best, in the DC line anyways, would be Blackest Night. Blackest
so good.
Night like blew my fucking mind. Just like, because I remember when it was happening, it was starting up, and my friend, he had the box, he had the nerd box, and he went to his comic shop to cancel the nerd box, and his guy was like, "Are you sure?" He's like, "Are you sure about that?" He's like, "Why?" He's like, "I'm telling you." He's like, "Blackest Night's about to pop off," and it fucking did. It fucking went hard, man. For those who don't know, Blackest Night has like, originally there was only 2 lantern cores for the most part, the yellow and the green, fear and willpower, and it just kind of cracked open that there was other emotional spectrums, other rings, and then it leads to this Black Lantern core, which is basically death, and people who are dead come back to life. So all the heroes that had died came back in that, and then anyone who had died,
Not all of them.
oh, that's true, that's true, not everybody came
Yeah,
back.
a few. I think it was like 1 or 2 just straight up was like, nah, I'm not coming back as a as a black ring. Like,
But like, it was cool because they had fucking, like, even if they came back to life, air quote, like before the rings attached to them, because they had died, they were affected by the ring. So Aquaman,
Aquaman was sick.
Aquaman, when he was an undead Aquaman coming out of the ocean with all the undead fucking sea creatures. I've never had more respect.
Zombie sharks are lit. Like,
I never had more respect for Aquaman than that one fucking panel. He's riding a dead seahorse, and it was still badass. And I'm like, that's fucking dope. But because of the whole death connection thing, Superman got a ring, even though he was alive. And then at that point, Superboy came back, so now he was getting a ring because he technically died in Infinite Crisis 2. But yeah, that whole thing was fucking sick. And I think at the end, was it, who got the light ring? Was it Kyle? I can't remember, but it was a good art. That's my take. Those 2 are the biggest ones on the DC side. I mean, I'd argue Civil War, but that's the only big event on the Marvel side that I remember reading at all. But how about you, Doc? What do you like?
So between you two, do you know what the common thing is? It had the same writer. They let the same writer do the
Shut up.
like dictate the universe's run, which has been cool. Like Jeff Johns' run was awesome. Bendis's run on Marvel was awesome.
Love you, Jeff Johns. You're my favorite writer.
But like iconic arcs is for me is Morrison's stuff on DC. They're all different stories. They're all somehow interconnected. It was the closest thing to Morrison running DC for a little bit. But I loved JLA. I loved Seven Soldiers.
You see Tunnel Rat's comment about Morrison's new X-Men run?
Yeah.
It's just funny that you bring up Morrison right after that comment.
Yeah, Morrison is the GOAT, man. Morrison, there's a few GOAT writers in comic books, in modern day comic books, and I think he's one of them. So anything he writes, anything Hickman writes,
Hickman.
Bendis kind of before. He's okay now. He's good at dialogue. He's good at dialogue. But but the arc that really impressed me the most as a kid was, or even now, is Age of Apocalypse. Even though there wasn't too much long-standing effect after that, other than like Nate Gray, and even he's not really around too much. So, but yeah, Age of Apocalypse blew me away. That's between the art and the writing and trying to figure out what was going on. Good times in comic books.
Yeah,
that style art was definitely one of the styles that I liked growing up.
You're not a Jim Lee fan growing up? No, I thought Jim Lee was all right.
Yeah, Jim Lee was the guy growing up.
Right.
Age of Apocalypse started shifting towards like the anime style.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like Joe Mad. What's his name? Something Cruz. But yeah, it started looking like anime. I was like, oh shit, looks good.
If I had a favorite artist, I'd probably pull out he's local too. I think he's Canadian. Yeah, Francis Manipal, Filipino. Francis Manipal does like water style kind of art. I thought it looked really good. In the Flash, his run in the Flash looked really good.
His Flash is awesome.
Yeah,
you're right.
My favorite is JR.
Oh, John Romita Jr.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I got into him when he was on Spider-Man, and then that break that I had that I told you about from comic books. I was walking into a shop with a friend when I started getting back in, and they had the poster up of his run in Superman. I was like, oh no. And then yesterday at the comic shop I was at, he was showing me the books that he's sending off to get graded and then sell. And one of them it's an X-Men comic signed by JR. And I'm just like, you need to stop showing me comic books that you're getting graded, because I don't have that much money. Yeah.
He sees you as a mark.
Yeah, well, he had a graded book with the Spider-Man issue where Hobgoblin is like ripping Spider-Man in half on the cover.
Ooh.
And he's like, "You should get it." I'm like, "No, I can't." He's like, "You should get it." Why not? It's like, I'll get in trouble at home with my partner. And he's like, "I won't tell." I'm like, "I have to carry it into the house." Yeah.
That's never been the
It's like it has nothing to do with you telling. It's just I have to bringing it in.
Oh fucking.
Oh shit. LPC has a few here. I'm gonna butcher all these names unless someone could read that.
Joe Mad, Roger Cruz,
Hey.
Humberto Ramos, and Scotty Young, yes.
There you go.
And Mike Ringo. Rest in peace.
Jack
Those-
Kirby,
All...
back in the day.
True.
I knew someone who did colors for Marvel back in the day.
Like really in the
And
IRL?
then, yeah,
Oh, nice.
he did colors for Hawkeye, and then he did colors, I think, for Hulk. And then the next time I saw him, like at a bar, like a year later, after we'd stopped hanging out, he was doing colors for Hawkeye, or for Marvel, DC, and Image. I'm like, damn, dude. Yeah.
Oh, thanks, Nikki. What's up, Resin? That's a new redeem. It's on cooldown.
Nutcracker! That's no name for a woman. Let's just call her Pat. What a board! Help for Johnny!
Box cutter!
Awesome redeem, by the way.
Thank you.
Oh my god. Amazing.
I'm fucking dead. You don't know that.
Okay, anyways. So
That's a good redeem.
thank you. That took, you know what? That took a lot of time. More time for a like 30-second thing, but welcome on in, guys. Welcome on in, Resin. Hello. We're having a fantastic day talking about comic books. And just a heads up, guys, ads will be starting in 3 minutes, but we will be talking through because we'll be talking through. Just FYI. You guys better have hydrate ready. I am ready.
Oh, I am ready.
But I hope if anyone's
Shout
in
out to
there,
Red Bull, sponsor us.
yeah, we're not sponsored by
Joe,
anybody.
I'm gonna do everything I can to get you to get sponsored by Red Bull, so I can
Hey,
get pre-Red Bull.
I will do it. I will do it. You want me to like, have all the shit in the back?
You'll have to wear a cap, and you'll have to say extreme things.
It's like, oh my god, I love comic books. Reading comic books. Oh, when I drink my Red Bull, it's even better.
And then you hear me knock on the door, and I just ask for a case.
He's like, Joe, this just came from you. Oh, what's this? Red Bull's brand new flavor with new action. Blah 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 blah. All right.
I'm gonna read this comic book while skydiving
That's it.
over Mount Everest.
Wow, Red Bull!
Oh, is this Oh, is that right? Is this the comic streaming that Fiasco is complaining about all week? Oh, I see.
Oh, Fiasco, you've been complaining about this, eh?
Oh no.
Shut up,
Unbelievable.
Resin.
What's up? What's up?
Shut up, Risen.
Oh,
Nice.
crying. Listen, Pepsi, I'd do it. You remember the McDonald's when we tried to get McDonald's to sponsor us? That was funny.
Oh my god.
During the ghost pepper burger.
That hot like 2 months, we kept fucking spamming McDonald's sponsor Raven.
Okay, so when it comes to again, we'll be talking all things comic books, but we're focusing on Marvel DC. There's always been two ideologies between the comic books that people have pointed out. So Marvel seems more grounded and easy, and like not easy to relate to, but more relatable. And DC has always been like, this is the pinnacle of what humanity should strive for. I know they're aliens and stuff, but bear with me. Humanity should strive for, kind of thing. So the question becomes, why do you think people feel Marvel Marvel villains are more personal. I think it's because they cross the line between like not necessarily megalomaniac evil, like okay, Doctor Doom's a bad example, but like Doctor Doom levels of like I'm gonna destroy the world, but more like, you know, Magneto, right? Holocaust survivor, sees the same thing happening with mutant kind, and so he takes a stand, but his chances are like lowered because of the methods he uses to bring it up.
I don't think Magneto's the right example,
wait.
because he is an extreme. He is the opposite side of Professor X, who are both trying to
Okay. So then, all right.
But he's trying. He doesn't
Welcome to
mind
die.
massacring, you know, committing genocide to the normies. Like,
Yeah,
it's
it's
kind of extreme.
He's like, he imagines a world where mutant kind is like the main group, and instead of waiting for that to happen through evolution, he's just gonna kill off all the humans.
Exactly.
Theory disproved, claim denied.
Might I
Okay.
suggest that Dr. Doom might not be
Okay.
the greatest example.
All right. So let me think. Villains, Marvel, Sandman from the movie at least. Sandman, can we agree? Sandman is relatable because he was just a thief who was trying to provide for his daughter, and then got caught up in shit. Can we agree?
Yeah,
All right. Is that a good example?
I'll agree with that.
You guys.
I'll give you that one.
Yeah, sure.
Okay, so let me change the question then. Let me change the question. Are Marvel villains more personable than DC villains? When you compare the Joker versus like Magneto.
Well, I think a better comparison, if you're gonna go with the Joker, would be Carnage.
Would be who?
Carnage, because they're both just
Carnage is the extreme. He's a serial killer who got a
and
fucking
then
symbiote.
that would also depend on the Joker side. Spoilers, I guess. Which Joker we're talking about too.
Oh my god.
Let's not get into that.
I'm just saying because
That's a
if it's
lot
the
in
comedian
itself.
one, then you know like what his deal was, right? Like they even dive into it in, I think that in the Telltale Batman series. I'm pretty sure they dive into like that particular Joker, where it's trying to be, you know, like giving him a sob story versus like I'm just shit insane for insane reasons.
Going back real quick to like the lead into this question, I have always viewed it as Marvel's kind of based in science, and DC is like, look at the magic.
What do you mean? Superman's an alien. His cells absorb the sun. That's science. I'm kidding.
Batman has no powers. Batman literally is just.
Well, I mean, like
hero,
with
not a
the like
superhero.
extreme stuff, like I don't know. That's just how it is all. Because like you look at Hulk, how did Hulk get his powers? Gamma rays in the science experiment. You look at Fantastic Four, how did they get their shit? Oh, they were doing the science experiment. You know, Peter Parker, how did he get his?
science?
Then
How
how
did
do you
Peter Parker
explain
get
Doctor
his
Strange, sir? He's not science. I'm kidding.
He's
I'm
just a
kidding.
little strange.
Listen, there are
I know. I'm just fucking. I'm
exceptions
just.
that prove the rule.
I just.
That's what it is.
Just
Exceptions
like-
that prove the rule.
Okay, so we
I think
got.
furthermore, it's like more like Marvel. The heroes exist in our world. They're trying to exist in the normal world, and villains. And in DC, like the heroes have always been there. Villains have always been there, and they're trying to fit into our world.
Okay, that's fair.
Vice versa.
That's fair.
Right.
I always imagined it like DC is like what do you call it? A thing of gods. It starts with a P. I can't remember, but like a pantheon. A pantheon of gods, and then Marvel's like everybody else, like a regular Joes that had shit happen or they mutated, etc., etc. So that's why it's more relatable than somebody who started off as like I just could lift a truck when I was 5 because I came from XYZ planet.
Wait, you guys couldn't lift trucks when you were 5?
Oh wait,
what? You could too.
All Americans can. by the way.
Yeah.
Wick says Doom believes he's doing it for the greater good and to piss off Richard. I can relate to that.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
See?
Fire Fang Boom was relatable, right?
It doesn't make it okay.
He's protecting his people.
But Magneto witnessed genocide.
So is Magneto.
Yeah.
And Magneto also wants to commit genocide. So,
But he witnessed genocide, so is showing that if you don't learn anything, history repeats itself, is what LPC is saying about Magneto.
Which hits really hard as a U.S. citizen right now, by the way.
Fuck.
Just want to say,
DC is more like Gundam, and Marvel's more like Super Robot. I feel like that's the reverse. I feel like DC's like Super Robot, and Marvel's trying to be more Gundam. And Dyer, welcome on in. I think Marvel villains are the pinnacle of cool motive, still murder. Ray Palmer can rip a truck. You are correct.
I just remember, like, for example, like, yeah, Juggernaut got his powers through, like, magic, whatever. But, like, his first, like, appearance, he was robbing a bank for money.
Mm-hmm.
You know, whereas, like, Mr. Freeze is, like, robbing jewels to do some absurd science, like, save my wife from some terminal disease. And it's just, like, Marvel villains are, like, trying to get money. And DC villains are trying to, I don't know,
gas the whole city of Metropolis.
I feel like that's kind of tough though, because like when you start brand new series and you start introducing villains, usually you'll start at a scaling point where it's like they'll start with some like petty crimes, you know, they'll maybe rob a bank or two, you know, they'll get caught, blah blah blah, and then they'll end up doing some crazy like taking over a power plant and trying to destroy a city, and then next thing you know, the Riddler has taken over all of Gotham, and then next thing you know, Darkseid's involved. Like it's one of those things where, in my opinion, honestly, while the depictions of our heroes kind of lean toward kind of like what Joe was saying, like a pantheon of gods versus a bunch of common folk who gain powers along the way, at the end of it all, they all just kind of reflect the exact same thing. In my mind, DC and Marvel are just the same coin on different sides. That's it.
Fair.
Like they all have very, very similar characters. Like if we choose one Marvel hero, I'm sure we can pull up a DC hero that is basically exactly the same, just with a skimpier outfit. Like it's just kind of a reality.
What's his name?
Resin's talking about the
Slade Wilson and Wade Wilson.
Yeah.
That wasn't confusing as a
the
kid.
same person.
How about the Doom Patrol and X-Men?
Oh my
Challenges the unknown.
Okay, those are
Marvel ripped off a lot of stuff.
Oh man.
Well, I think they both ripped off a lot from each other, because also
Captain Marvel,
villains being fucking crazy versus villains not only doing like surface level crimes. Look at the Flash's rogues. Their whole thing is that they don't kill. Their major thing, don't kill a fucking speedster. They keep things kind of level for the most part, and they don't really commit anything crazy besides like robbing major banks and, you know, shit like that. Like, and that's DC, right? So
I think it goes to the point that they did start in very different places, like Joe was talking about. But I think there's been a convergence maybe in the 90s where it's almost about the same, except for the power scaling of the heroes and villains. But the motives and the inner psychosis of people, you know,
16
or like just their drive. Sorry, not inner psychosis, their drive.
Oh, 16.
Villains and heroes.
I don't know. Inner psychosis sounds kind of spot on for some of these guys.
I also want to point out 16. I wish you didn't say that. I was saving that for the trivia, but that's okay. That's okay. What? He name dropped one of the trivia names I wanted to bring up. Snowflame. Oh,
it's alright. Just forget. just forget.
But I can't think of equivalent 16. I know who it is. I don't think a lot of people know who it is, which is why it was going to be funny. But it's all good.
I don't think there is a 1-to-1 equivalent.
For those who don't know, Snowflame is a villain that's powered by cocaine. He literally. You could Google Snowflame. You don't have to put comics in front of it. The first image that comes up is Snowflame punching Superman, saying cocaine power. Like it's, and he's like, he was in the Harley Quinn.
That's how I feel like when I'm on cocaine. Like, I feel like I could punch Superman.
There's like he's in the apparently he was in the Harley Quinn show. Didn't know, and in the background a couple times. So respect it. Respect that he's still like existing in some form.
Like the most recent Harley Quinn show?
It was like season 4. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Background though, like not big in the show, but like
Yeah.
he's there, and if you know, you know, kind of thing.
Oh, Blind Owl, yeah. Well, we never find out if Blind Owl gets the cocaine, like what happens. So who knows? Maybe Blind Owl gets sight back and becomes like a superhero if she ever, actually gets the cocaine.
To be fair, Marvel rips itself sometimes too. Cough, cough. Inhumans.
True.
It's true.
Okay. Going on the whole villains. What are our thoughts on the morally gray heroes, the vigilantes, the anti-heroes? Like,
You mean Dr. Doom?
You mean Batman?
No.
brother,
you mean Thanos?
Oh my god.
No.
The question's rooted in they become more and more commonplace in both the comic book realms now at this point. Like, is that a good thing? Is it a bad thing? I think it's great.
Punisher.
Yeah, I'd say so. Yeah.
Punisher's
I think he's like
Punisher for
the
sure
original
is-
guy that we're talking about.
Then you have Punisher with a red hood.
Extreme end. Like if this is a spectrum, he kind of leans a little more into villain, but he is in turn still an anti-hero. Like,
You mean Thanos the want to date Death, but Death is in love with Death.
That's right.
Style.
oh, that's crazy. Like,
I know. Raven's a big fan of the Red Hood, so I'd love to hear your thoughts on like his characterization. Does it make sense? Is it a good thing? Should they have like? Because he kind of started off as well. Was he really good? That's the question I'm gonna put out there.
I think personally he started off as a villain. Like, he came out of the Lazarus pit, decided to throw on a fucking mask and just pull out the blicky and just start shooting everyone who started like stealing. I don't know. Like, he's kind of crazy. Not kind of crazy. He is by definition crazy.
I kind of get like where he's coming from though, because like he did it Batman's way, and how did that end up? He became very intimate with a crowbar, and then he came back and he's like, all right, you know what? Fuck the way you're doing it. I'm gonna do it my own way.
But the problem with that is that like you're taking a method and then you're casting an umbrella across everyone, and not everyone deserves capital punishment. You know what I mean? Not everyone deserves an automatic execution. Yeah, I might have stolen that fucking gum. Doesn't mean you have to bend me over and then shoot me. Like, just throw me like a slap on the wrist or fine me. Don't fucking, pull out the shotgun, dog.
Well, I think it also goes back to what you said about the villains. Like, maybe he understands what you were saying. Like, oh, they're robbing a bank today, but if we just let them be, like, okay, you did your 1 year in prison and now you're out. Like, where does that end? Like, the escalation of their crimes. Like, you don't know who the next Joker is going to be. So he's just like, let's just kill them all now.
We go through this thought process of thinking like, what should we have done in order to kind of prevent this, and then we end up in like a Minority Report situation where we're arresting people for crimes that they didn't fucking commit.
Putting Tom Cruise in movies.
On the other side of things, once again, like, does the punishment fit the crime? Like, yes, maybe we should have accidentally broken Joker's neck along the way, but that doesn't apply to everyone else who are doing things for different reasons.
Well, I mean, yeah, because then you get that what's that universe called where Superman becomes a dictator? Injustice. You get the Injustice universe where I just want to point out that was the most fucked up scene in that whole series, where he fucking laser beamed Billy Batson through the face, and Billy Batson is a kid. He is a kid in a man's body, and he laser beamed.
We're allowing this. We're fine with this.
That's what I'm saying. And he laser beamed him through the face, and everybody just stood there. I'm like, he was like 12, right? Like 12? Like, fuck.
He also killed Joker.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
he kills Joker, and like I feel like the Joker incident is the initial kind of
that was the
catalyst to the Injustice series being a thing. Like,
but like, think about that. Like, if Batman has the no killing rule, but Superman is like the best of us. Like, he's I don't know how to phrase it, but then he's the one that kills Joker.
But I
That's
think it
pretty
is
crazy.
it's a clear example of what happens if Batman decides to kill. So in this case, obviously Batman has always chosen, or at least 99.9% of the time, chosen not to kill actively.
Mm-hmm.
And it's kind of in part because he doesn't want to stoop to the level of villains to kind of divert or accomplish a goal. And then eventually we see Superman, who does kill Joker, and then what ends up happening?
Right.
He ends up becoming a fucking dictator and ends up committing some real heinous war crimes for, you know, the
betterment.
the betterment of humanity and whatever, but in reality kind of fucked everything up.
And I'm just gonna be like, so like again, that goes to the what's the line? At what point do the anti-heroes like stop being cool, I guess, in the universe?
Well, I mean, if you look, I mean, I hate to say this, but like the due process, right?
Mm-hmm.
They live in a modern day, like Punisher. Punisher is like the anti-hero prototype, right? Came back from Vietnam all fucked up. Tons of extrajudicial killings. But there's no due process, which is why like everybody had a problem with him. I think that's the line, right? And that's it. Even though they're making the world a better place, is it right?
That's fair.
And like even at that point, like, are they making the world a better place? If we are openly stating that it is okay to off people who commit heinous crime without due process becoming judge, jury, and executioner, is that okay? Are we setting a proper example for those living in the world to come? Like,
Mm-hmm. So I guess in the end, it's like anti-heroes are cool, but there's like a line where it's like maybe they're doing worse than actually good, you know?
exactly. And I think that's the great thing with having an anti-hero, is that it provides us the perspective of the gray, which we don't always get. We always get our tried and true heroes, like our normal depictions of Superman, so on and so forth. And we have our extremes, such as Joker or Doctor Doom. Oh, sorry, my throat. My apologies.
Yeah, something out there. Yeah.
Yeah, let me just clear that up. But like, yeah, we usually have our black and white, when in reality, life isn't black and white. And I thought it was cool when we first started getting more anti-heroes.
Yeah, it's 50
and kinda
Shades of
seeing
Grey.
that perspective. Yeah.
Well, now you've ruined it.
Tell me you don't want to fuck Deadpool? What?
Oh,
Just me?
oh.
Okay, whatever.
Also, what up,
Wait, I have
Otto?
a question for you.
Yo, go on.
Do you guys think Luke Cage is an anti-hero?
I think he's more hero. He's like
I think he leans
he's
more
like
hero.
neighborhood friendly, like Spider-Man level hero. You know, like grounded hero.
Yeah, he's our street level hero.
That's the one. That's the word.
Loser.
Which is weird because Batman should be in the same context, but he has the money.
Sir, how dare you? How fucking dare you? Batman Batman is a Thanos level threat.
Wait, so I got a question for you about Batman. So you know how, like with Green Arrow, everybody complained that it was just another Batman, and so they said, okay, fine, he's broke now, and he continued to be Arrow, and he continued with that. Do you think Bruce Wayne could pull that off?
He did.
He did.
Did he?
Yeah. He I forget what the arc was, but he like kind of lost his like he was like a bootleg Batman version of himself, but also the Absolute Universe Batman. Did he have money? He had no money, right? He was street.
He had no money. He's a
He had
broke.
no money? Okay.
Yeah, Absolute Universe.
Oh, I'm just gonna put
Well, so, no, like, I don't.
But then he gets like jail jacked, you know?
Like
he gets
he's
hella lost.
big.
Well, I
He's
don't
fucking
think the Absolute Universe would count for this question, because I'm not talking about like, oh, he starts from having no money, like he has all the money and then he loses
I see,
it, like,
but you know, there was
yeah.
a moment where
Okay.
he did lose like everything, and he was still doing Batman. Like that was the what was it called? Future Slate, the Future Slate run.
Yeah, it was Batman. Yeah,
Batman
Epo's
and
right. It was
Zor-
Batman and
and-
Zor. It was his
Oh.
reset. It was his backup plan.
There you
Because,
go. Thank you.
If he lost his mind.
That's the multicolored Batman, right? If I'm right.
Yeah, I was saying that's the multicolored one, right?
Yeah.
The patchwork Batman.
Yeah, there was an era of Batman. Yeah, welcome on in, Depot. Welcome on in. So you guys came at the greatest point. We're about to take a little break from talking to talk trivia. We're gonna name some trivia break. Is this a real comic book character? So how this works? We're gonna read the character in a short description. Everybody guess in chat and our guests if it's real or fake. Only me and Raven know the answers.
Unless I memorize them.
Well, yes, I'll that's true too. And unfortunately, the one I wanted to start with got told in chat, and I was like, oh, but it's fine. It's all good.
She's real.
Good. That's it. Speaking of Batman, I just bought Batman the Cult fun miniseries. Nice. They're all real. They're all real if you believe that's true. Okay, so I'm gonna start with one. Let me pick randomly here.
Can you mark it too, so I accidentally don't pick it again?
We end up answering the same question 3 times.
Okay, so I'll highlight it in red. Okay, so the villain's name is Codpiece. He's a villain who wears a weaponized metal codpiece and commits crimes fueled by insecurity.
Played by David Bowie.
No, there's
Nice.
no codpiece there.
That's
Just free hanging.
oh, shit.
I'm gonna say real.
I think he's real too.
Chat, we'll give you a few seconds.
We got one reel in chat from Resin. Cat is questioning the motivation of the character.
He commits crime fueled by yes.
Otto says
Insecurity.
real.
He has the codpiece to cover up what he's insecure
Yes.
about.
Fuck, we should probably just set us up as a question as well, and just have
boy.
chat interact with
Fair.
the box.
That's fair. Okay, if there's no other guesses, it's me. Now I need a new hero. The answer is it's real. It's a real Batman villain named Codpiece. Just
Wow. Oh, claps in chat. Claps in
oh,
chat.
shit.
Give yourself a pat on the back if you got it right.
Raven, you want to pick one? Then we'll just go back and forth.
Yeah, you got it.
Oh my goodness.
Codpiece.
I just googled codpiece and my god.
All right, I feel like this one. All right, I like this one. All right. So the hero's name is Forget Me Not, a mutant whose power makes everyone forget he exists the moment they stop looking at him.
Fiasco.
I know he's real. I swear I remember that from something.
Okay. we have
No,
one
you know what
reel.
I remember that from is Doctor Who. The Nothing, or what's it called in Doctor Who? There's like a villain who like you forget that you saw them as soon as they're not in your sight anymore. But yeah, I'm gonna go with real.
Real. Okay, we got 3 reels in chat.
The Silence, yes.
The Silence. That's right.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that. Yeah. I'm gonna give it 10 more seconds. We're gonna
Trying to
skip
think of-
straight to 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Forget Me Not is real. And for those who might know, I know this. Dr. X, Professor X was one of the few characters who actually remembers him because he would set a reminder in his own personal head to establish that he is real.
I was saying the things
then-
you're saying as you're saying
I
them.
made a mental. Yes.
What run was that from? I'm trying to remember.
Oh,
who
and
wrote that.
Otto said it too. Yeah, Professor X made a mental reminder too. Yeah, see, Otto knows too.
I don't remember the run, but I remember there was like a point where he saved the team and nobody fucking remembered he fucking saved the team
Yeah.
and died trying.
Which is so sad. Oh
Brother.
my god.
Yeah.
Okay. Next, we have a character called Axis. It's a character who can travel between Marvel and DC universes and remembers both continuities. Are you Googling? Don't you dare Google, Fiasco!
What? No. This is
Google
I'm playing
and
with
show me
my-
your screen.
Show me your screen.
I'm just playing
I'm
with
trying
my.
I'm trying to remember. There was like a character they made for like Amalgam, for Amalgam Comics, and was that him? I'll say he's real. I'll say he's real.
I was gonna go with fake.
Resin in chat says fake. That's Namor, aka Aquaman. I'm dead. That's funny.
Okay, I'll give it like 5 more seconds. Great memory, Doc, because that's exactly where he's from. When DC versus Marvel happened, he was the character they both joined in owning to bridge the gap between the two universes, and he was the reason why they merged in the first place. That was a great
Does
run
he
through.
still exist though? Now that that's over?
Well, in copyright he exists. So,
Well, yeah.
but I don't know if they've used him since. I think he popped in once, but not in a long time. He basically looked like if you guys remember Detroit Being Human. Have you guys ever played Detroit Being Human? Marcus, he looked like Marcus basically from that show or from that game. Back in the day where Marvel and DC fought. Oh, yes. So Hulk versus Superman, Spider-Man versus Superboy, Wonder Woman versus Storm.
Batman versus Wolverine.
No, it was Batman versus Lobo. No, Wolverine versus Lobo.
Wolverine, yeah.
Versus Lobo. Batman versus Captain America. Batman won. Let's go put that out there. Batman
I just remember when they combined everybody.
Yes.
It was Dark Claw.
Yeah, that was the merging, but
Batman,
the actual fighting was different people. But that was also. The Storm versus Wonder Woman was fucking sick because somehow Wonder Woman got the fucking Thor's hammer. Oh, so good. Anyways, Anton, pick one, and then I'll do one more, and then we can go on to the next topic.
You got it. Character name: Flesh Clock. A villain who can age or de-age different parts of his body independently.
I want it to be real. I want to read whatever comic book that's from. I want to see what he did. I'm going to say fake, though. I want it to be real. I want to read that story.
Yeah, I agree with Doc.
Fake, okay. We got one real in chat.
Oh my god.
Flesh okay. Okay, go for it.
All right, it is fake. You guys called it. I don't know what else to say because there's no.
Okay, that's fine.
Someone write it. Whoever's in here, just someone write it. Someone write that flush that character out.
Nice.
I was about to say
that's his catchphrase.
Yeah.
It's too real.
Let me flesh out my character.
That's how he activates his powers.
It was real to me. Damn it. All right. The last one. Captain Deadline. A government-sponsored hero whose powers only work if paperwork is approved in advance.
Oh, God.
I'm gonna say real. Yeah.
Let's go real.
One fake in
another
chat.
person I want to be real.
Yeah, we got one fake in chat.
Fake, but probably true.
Fucking comics. That's why I said real, because fucking comics.
Oh shit. Give it like 5 more seconds. Anyone else want to chime in, real or fake? Captain Deadline. Gotta make that deadline. The answer is
gotta make that deadline.
it's not real. It's not fucking real.
Otto said real at the last second.
Shit. Okay. So for this last character, we'll do this little bit of the extra bit. The ones that got it wrong, so you both. You need to argue why Captain Deadline deserves a movie. Go.
A movie?
Yes.
Yeah, not a TV show. Not a one shot. We want a full
What's his
movie.
power set again? Can you give us the description again?
Okay. One second. A government-sponsored hero whose powers only work if paperwork is approved in advance. So you don't know his powers, but they only work if he puts that paperwork in.
Oh, dude, it could be like a coming of age, like he's discovering that he has powers, but like he doesn't know at the beginning, and like somebody in like the government fills out the form just thinking it's supposed to be filled out for some reason, and then all of a sudden in the middle of like his like Econ 102 class in college, like he's shooting out laser beams or some shit like that, and then it lasts for like 20 minutes, and then it done because that's all the requisition form was like created to allow. And so he's like, what the hell is going on? And so he goes on this like life fulfilling quest to figure out what happened. And then it becomes a horror movie.
Oh, okay.
I wasn't expecting that, but fuck. I like it. Here's
and we have the
$50
guy
to
who
make the
filled
movie.
out the paperwork initially become his sidekick.
I'm yeah.
Like,
his
doesn't
job is
tell
just
him
to do
at
the
first?
paperwork. Yeah.
Yeah.
I like
Yeah, that's what it is. Like the guy becomes his sidekick and just like behind his back is like filling out the paperwork without telling him. And so like whenever they need him to have his powers, he like real quick fills it out.
His sidekick could be called Ass In, as an assistant intern. Ass In, fill the paperwork.
And said ass in.
Sounds like something to make fun of the CCA. Oh, that's good. What's up? What's up, Prince? Welcome on in. But that is the trivia. But though I was really hoping to do the snow flame one. Would have been fucking hilarious. Oh, it's all good. It's all good.
Hey Joe, before we move on, how did you think? Where did these fake characters come from?
Well, most of them were real. That was the really fucked up part. I kept looking these up. I'm like, these are real fucking characters. I'm like, I need some fake ones, man. Like, so I'm not gonna lie. I had to like, okay, ChatGPT. These are all real. I need fake options because like, these are real. I know these are real. I know some of them. The guy, there's one. Guys, remember the Suicide Squad 2? The guy who pops off his body parts. Like that's real. So like, you know, some
he's
people,
real,
yeah, right. So people know that. So I'm like, all right. I'm like, and Bat Cow's real. You guys know Batman.
Yep.
So then it's just like, what? Well, I need some fake ones because like everyone said,
like, Flesh Clock. You chose Flesh Clock.
I mean,
you could have given him a different fucking name.
I mean, compared to everything else, it would have been very tame for comic books. I mean, let's be honest.
That's true. That's true.
I could have put the Santa Claus that kills people for revenge. That's a real comic, by the way, in the Philippines.
Santa is a real character in the Marvel universe.
Yes, I think he's a mutant, but like
he's an alpha level mutant.
For context, the comic I'm talking about, I went to the Philippines and visited my Philippines. They had comics. I could barely understand what was going on, but essentially, the guy had a girlfriend. He, in his drunken stupor, killed his girlfriend. Didn't remember killing his girlfriend, so he wrote to Santa to kill his girlfriend's killer. So Santa ends up tracking him down and fucking murdering him. Comic book.
Yeah, Resin. So Marvel is science. Mutants are science because it's an evolutionary trait. So that's still science.
Oh, Batman science.
Batman is science. Batman's a scientist.
Batman is billionaire playboy.
Batman is the greatest fucking detective in the universe.
That's not science. That's detective skills.
Detective uses science.
Well, how do you deduce things with your brain? And your brain requires science.
Are there any like superpowers that are like really weird that you guys really like that you remember from any comic books?
Maybe a movie or a TV show?
Anything.
Okay.
There's one comic book called Sex Criminals that I really loved. It was written by Matt Fraction, but their powers were that they could stop, that time stopped after they had an orgasm, and they used that to. It was two people, and they used it to rob banks. So they would be having sex in banks, and then time would stop, and they would rob the bank.
Well, okay, but
fucking joking me?
I gotta ask.
All I want is the post-nut clarity. I don't want to be doing shit after. Like, what the fuck? I gotta go rob a bank after I've just fucked.
Like after it stops, or in the motion it stops. Like, so like if it's in the motion, whether it's like midair, it freezes, and they can walk around and do stuff, or what?
Yeah. So
what happens with premature? You know, what if I accidentally jizzed early? Like, do I have to suddenly just go run and rob a bank? Or...
Well, no, even better, because that means time will stop faster. But I highly recommend that book if you haven't read it. It's by Image. It's called Sex Criminals. Awesome book. Awesome book.
Real quick, Resin, Bigfoot is in Marvel. He's a member of Alpha Flight.
Isn't that Sasquatch?
It's the same thing.
Yeah. Bigfoot's the American version. Sasquatch, Canadian.
Abominable Snowman, you know, all the same. They're all the same.
The only power I could think of is very similar to what you just mentioned. I forget what the show's called, but everybody has powers except the main character. And she goes on a date with a guy who has to wear gloves because anyone he touches, like, jizzes themselves. Like, instantly. Well, also,
Yeah.
didn't that guy in Doom Patrol also make everyone jizz their pants? You remember that scene? And he's like flexing, and they're like, oh, and everyone in the surrounding area, except for Brendan Fraser's character, because he's a robot. He's like, what's going on? Like, what's happening to everybody? But yeah.
Jeez.
Anyways, that's my take.
Yeah, I can't really think of any like powers that I can think of like that off the top of my head.
I mean, you could even go The Boys, though. The Boys, there's a lot of fucked up powers in The Boys. That guy who could chug a keg out of his butt, that's a weird power. It's a really weird power.
That's just a frat boy. What the fuck?
I'm sorry. The guy who can fit everybody into his butt. That's a weird power. That's a weird power.
Valid.
No, see, you know what I'm talking about. Resin knows what I'm talking about. That scene. Okay. But that's...
LPC says that's Steve-O.
Butt chug, yeah.
Valid.
Speaking about TV shows and movies. So we've seen a lot of movies and TV shows come out when it comes to comic books. Some of them did better. Some of them did worse. The question is, why do you think they did so? What made one movie do better than make another one fail? There's a lot of ideas you could go with this, so I'll open the floor to whoever wants to start first.
Yeah, so like obviously I'm sitting here being like Ryan Reynolds as Green Lantern was the I think like there's so many factors that kind of play into it, right? Like there is obviously the big push with Marvel creating their own cinematic universe, and then obviously of everyone eventually getting real tired of it, and then quality dropping off, different directors, different writers on projects. Like James Gunn now being a part of DC is going to be a big hindrance for Marvel. But in this case, I'm going to go with The Boys. I think The Boys is awesome. I think it touches a lot of topics that many comic book series just don't tend to touch. So obviously a lot more adult things, and the overarching revenge plot is also very awesome. And rest in peace, Starfire's face.
For me, it's how they choose to go about adapting it. Do you stay true to the source material, or do you kind of go off script? In The Boys, it's kind of a 50-50 crapshoot. The Boys, they kind of are doing their own thing now versus the comic. If you guys have ever read the comic, you know they're going in their own direction, which is good though. It keeps people surprised, keep people, you know, where are we going with this? And I think Invincible, the TV show, stayed more true to the comic, and they're actually adding stuff that the comic book creator wanted to put in as the next arc. His words, not mine. And that worked in its favor. So it's kind of like, depending on the media that they're trying to adapt it to, will determine and like how much they want to be close to the source material. Because it's all over the place. It's not just comic books, even video game adaptations. Do you stay true? Do you go past? But I think it just comes down to how it's implemented. Blade. Fucking love the Blade movies. Fucking Wesley Snipes. Fucking fantastic as Blade.
Wesley Snipes as Blade and Ryan Reynolds as Deadpool, the only two people who didn't have to audition for their parts in Marvel movies.
And then you get something like Ben Affleck's Ben Affleck's
Batman.
No.
Daredevil.
Daredevil.
Oh.
Yeah.
That was a film that existed.
It was.
Wait, which would you rather be forced to sit through? Ben Affleck's Daredevil or Ryan Reynolds' Green Lantern?
Green Lantern, hands down. I could make fun of that thing the whole entire time. Daredevil was just bad.
They had some good actors in Green Lantern too. That's what's sad. Like really good actors.
And had some cool stuff in Green Lantern, but as a whole,
The
suit.
Also
The suit.
on the note of like, you know, different depictions of comics across different medias, I just want to bring up the example of Scott Pilgrim, where all three versions we got are different from each other, and they all work as standalone medias or also work as a collective. Like they're really fucking good.
I had a friend in high school who she was like, "This is the best comic book to movie thing that's ever happened." but she never read comic books, and she never saw any other comic book to movie.
Yeah, that's a wild statement.
Yeah, like, you don't even know.
You get me,
The
you get
most
me saying it's
uninformed
like
opinion.
Because like that came out around the time, I don't know if you remember The Spirit when that came out, and everybody was like making fun of it for being overly campy, right? But then when you go and you read the original comics, it's campy as fuck. Like he'll see a hot girl and his eyes will like do the bugging out thing. Like that's how the comic was. And so I think at that time period, that was the best one because they did the over the top crap that they did in the book. So yeah.
I'd also like to point out Dredd, Judge Dredd movie, the second one with Carl Urban. Phenomenal.
Oh, so
Phenomenal. He stuck that, deadpan look character like he landed that fucking shit. It kept it grounded, not super silly. There was still action, but like not over the top, and it was like a perfect representation of Dredd, at least part of Dredd, not the whole series as a whole, but like that was also really done well, and they kept to the comic as best as they could with what they could do, kind of thing.
Like the only reason that they had Stallone in the first movie was because he was like at the peak of his career, right? And they're like, well, we can't have him and cover his face for the whole movie, so they had him take the helmet off. And it's like Dredd never takes his helmet off. So like if you don't have the confidence in your story that you're putting out there as a movie, then you probably just shouldn't do it.
Agreed.
Like you can't sell it properly.
On that same note, the fucking Halo series. Just say, I know this is a little bit of a departure, but don't take Chief's fucking helmet off in the first 2 episodes, morons.
But what about Fiasco jumped in, Raven jumped in, Doc? You have an opinion on when it comes to adaptations?
What makes it successful is the creator. It has to be the creator. So it's the writer and director, who they choose to cast. But more importantly, it's does the director and writer understand the character? It doesn't have to be the source material. They just have to understand the character. I think people who are really good at that are James Gunn. James Gunn understands all the people he writes. Who else? Kevin Feige in general understands the universe. So we get, I think that's why we've gotten like a golden age of adaptations, is because we have better creators. We just have better creators.
I mean, whoever wrote The Batman, that was a pretty good one.
Exactly.
The second best Batman compared to The Flash.
Oh my god.
I'm not even joking. Genuinely, The Flash is the best Batman to have ever been released. And then The Batman.
I mean, if you think about it, like if you have a creator who really understands the character, they're basically writing a new comic book arc.
That's true.
In a movie.
That's true.
And if they understand it well enough, then we will have no problem with any new material, any new view of the character. I think they just need to choose their people better.
I agree.
Sometimes they choose a really good filmmaker, but they don't understand the
I feel like you're talking about Star Wars there, but yes. Yes.
Well, I mean, Star Wars did have a comic series, so it's kind of on topic.
You're right.
But it's so true. Like having creators that are either knowledgeable about or very well versed with the specific characters and the stories that are involved in in those universes, and especially with like recent movies or comic book movies, are really pulling source material to combine together to create a cool story. Like for example, the example you brought up, The Batman. The Batman is a combination of like 3 major Batman storylines, one of them being my personal favorite, The Longest Night. And Longest Night, good, so good. But yeah,
I don't know if you guys noticed this, but Jeff Loeb was like executive producer on a lot of these like movies and TV shows.
Yup.
Yeah. So like if he's helping you out, I feel like your story should be pretty good.
Resin says, I think it has more to do with the movie people now being more dorky and loving comics, where the directors before were trying to turn a comic book movie into their vision. I think that's fair. I think there's some fair, that's fair in that statement to say. It's the ones, but that comes down to what Doc's saying still. If they understand the character, then it's going to show in the actual movie and the writing, right? I've always said, going back to the Batman as the example, if I were to take everything out of that movie that's Batman, it's still a good movie. So not only do you have good writing, good implementation of Batman mythos in it, but the actual production of the movie is done in such a way that you're still enjoying it. Even if I know shit all about Batman, I know everything I need to know when this movie's playing. So, like, that's great. It makes it hard if, like, unfortunately, that's, I think, probably the downfall of some of the Marvel Cinematic Universe right now. If you don't watch from the first moment some of these characters are introduced, and you're jumping in later, you're kind of like, who the fuck is that? Kind of thing, for the most part.
Yeah. And on the point of, like, understanding characters, and I keep going back to the Batman, but the Batman brought it back to what Batman was. Batman's not a superhero first, he's a detective first. And that's what we got in the Batman. We got a proper live action depiction of Detective Batman versus, you know, guy who Kool-Aid Man's through the fucking ceiling and snatches somebody up. Like,
and Resin, like, I love the movie. Like I said, if I took everything, how I know it's a good movie is I take everything superhero related out of it, and it's still a good movie. Like, that's how it's done. So yes, I like. He's not my favorite Batman, but the movie is a pretty good Batman.
Who's your favorite Batman?
Oh, Michael Keaton. Michael Keaton.
and once again, the Flash is the best Batman.
Like, I'll give it to Ben Affleck in his little moment in Batman v Superman when he has the warehouse fight. That is the most brutal Batman fighting scene I've seen in a movie in a while, and I wish that's how he was in all the movies, but they don't do that. And that's why he's not my favorite Batman. But, like, I love that scene. That scene's great. Fucking great.
I think.
Have you ever heard? Oh, go ahead.
I think the Batman passed Michael Keaton for me. Personally.
Fuck yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I
Shout
think it
Twilight.
did. Yeah.
I forgot which director said it, but they said anybody can play Batman. You cast Bruce Wayne. You have to cast Bruce Wayne because anybody can play the person behind.
That's fair. That's fair.
Oh, also,
Well, I don't know. I think that's a problem because in my eyes, Bruce Wayne is a side character in the Batman universe. He is not a main character. The main personality is Batman in itself, and Bruce Wayne is the caricature / mask he puts on when he does have to make public appearances. Obviously, when we have earlier depictions of Batman where he's still becoming the Batman, he is Bruce Wayne who turns into Batman. But as we get into our long-term Batman who has been active for years, who has already started creating the Bat family, so on and so forth, it is Batman first, then Bruce Wayne. Mind you, Robert Pattinson sucked as Bruce Wayne. Like, that was just I'll say that. As much as it's one of my favorite Batman movies, he sucked as Bruce Wayne.
I think.
Well, also, I'm the crazy person who also says one of his favorite Batmans is George Clooney.
Yeah. You're not the only one.
George Clooney.
Not the only one. Right?
Yeah, he was a great Bruce Wayne.
No, Nipple Batman was Val Kilmer, right?
Was.
Oh no,
Val?
but he also had nipples. Clooney also had nipples.
All Batman.
We all have nipples.
You know what I mean? I do want to touch on what you said about the actors. You know, you played Bruce Wayne, not Batman. Tom Hardy was in the makeup chair next to Christian Bale and was like, he's not that big. I could take him in a fight. And then they get on set when Bale is in the Batsuit, and he was just like, oh shit, never mind. So there is a little bit of that also.
Like having the presence, basically, is what you're saying? Like, as Batman? Okay.
Yeah.
I just thought, like, because you got to remember, Keaton was a comedian at the time. For him to pull, like a serious role as Batman and then duality for Bruce Wayne, that was interesting. Like, is he he's still my favorite, but, like, obviously he couldn't do all the actions. Like, I loved him in the Flash movie. That was great. Great callbacks, like, to him doing shit, but anyway.
Once again, The Flash is the best Batman movie. Don't care.
Catching up here. Keaton is best Batman. I wish Ben Affleck would stay away from anything superhero. Patterson sucks as an actor. Val Kilmer.
Oh, wait, on that note, did we hate Batfleck? Because I didn't mind him.
I was skeptical though.
I
was skeptical.
the movies that he was in.
Yes.
It's the creator, right? It goes to the creator, right?
Yeah,
I
but
think
then
he did
also the Zack Snyder cut was solid in my opinion. I don't think it was like fantastic by any means,
I
but I'd give
didn't
it a
like
solid
it.
like 6 out of 7 or 6, maybe not
6 out of 7.
please, don't do that. 6 or 7 out of 10.
10. Gotcha.
I didn't think that he differentiated how he was playing Batman from Bruce Wayne. Like it just came off as like, oh, I'm the same person, just with or without a cowl.
Okay.
That's fair. That's
valid.
I will say he did have the intimidating size you're talking about, though. Which, like, at first, when they announced he was going to be it, I couldn't help but thinking Daredevil. I'm like, why the fuck is this guy in Batman? And then I saw him as Batman. I'm like, okay, you bulked up for this role. I'll give it to you. Then I saw him in the fight scene. I know that's not him, but like the concept of how they were trying to portray him, I'm like, okay, that's not bad. Then everything after that, I was like, fuck this movie, like fuck this Batman, because like you ruined it. You've ruined it. Because all he did was shoot guns. Like shoot. I know he's fighting like aliens and shit, but even in the cartoon, he hand-to-hand aliens. Give him the electric gloves to punch shit or something. Like, come on, like, oh, guns. That's all they could do with him in the movies was guns. Anyways.
Yeah.
But if you guys are ever in a comic book store and this discussion comes up and you want to get out, you just say Kevin Conroy and everyone's like, oh yeah, and then you go on your way. You go on your way.
Everyone just goes, oh yeah, and then everything's good.
Argue with you.
Or Adam West.
Oh, yeah,
Throw it back. Adam West.
I mean, he was good for the time because that was the style of the comics at the time, right? Adam West. So
yeah. So
I respect it. The Bat 2C. Oh, hey, yeah. Otto says what he did a test. What would last longer, eating a crap load of Taco Bell or watching Batman v Superman? Taco Bell lasts longer.
Absolutely, because even if you finish the Taco Bell is still with you to the next day.
It's not finished with you.
You're hugging that toilet real hard with your butt cheeks.
Resin says every movie Patterson has horrible scripts. That brings it back to Patterson still sucking. Agree to disagree on at least the Batman.
I don't think every
no.
The
I
Batman
think he's a fantastic fucking actor. He's genuinely good. Like
it's just like what's her name from the Twilight movies? Like they all knew that those movies were crap and they didn't want to be there, but they already signed the contracts, so they weren't putting their best foot forward in those movies. They were just like, doing it to get the paycheck.
There's this one thing that I've chatted to a bunch of my like actor and celebrity friends about. And it's one of those things that you can go into a role knowing that the script is dog shit and that the movie will not be a commercial success. But no matter what, if you have signed up, you have to commit to the role.
Arnold Schwarzenegger.
As if it's going to be a perfect fucking film.
Mr. Freeze.
Well received by everyone. Like you have to. Otherwise, who else is going to hire you if you're unwilling to commit to a bad role? And then who's going to give you a good role after that?
Resin, The Lighthouse.
The Lighthouse.
The Lighthouse.
I've never seen it, but The Lighthouse.
You haven't? You've seen the meme. You for sure.
I'm not a fan of how every Snyder movie needs a Snyder extra 2-hour release. I mean, that's creative for you. That's just creative for you. And
He sucked in that. That's your opinion. I mean, that movie he didn't, but okay.
Yeah, Snyder. He needs to.
He needs to.
Like you're the director. It's your decision to make that movie. So just make the Snyder Cut the official one. Like
exactly.
Fight for your vision instead of like the problem with Warner Brothers has always been they're very reactionary and they control the vision too much. And so if Marvel does something, they're going to try to do the same thing. So Marvel made the cinematic universe. What DC should have done at that point was stay in TV shows, like cartoons and the Arrowverse and
animated
TV
movies.
Because animated movies, yeah, those two. Because every one of those that they made, Marvel could not hold up to, with the exception of X-Men animated series, like animated, The Adventures of Batman, that Batman show that we all grew up on, like one of the best comic book TV shows ever made. And instead of saying, okay, this is what we're good at, they went out of their comfort zone and they were trying to make movies and they didn't learn how to do that before putting all the money into it and trying to create this huge cinematic universe. Now you look at like the Marvel Cinematic Universe, yeah, it's gone down in the last like decade, but it's still the same universe. at the same time, DC was trying to start theirs, and they've rebooted it already.
Yep.
So it's like, just do what you're good at instead of trying to do what everybody else is doing. But that's what Warner Brothers does.
And now they're bought up by, I forgot who bought them. Somebody bought them recently, I think. But the point is, I agree with Fiasco. Like, they saw Man of Steel did okay, and they're like, and then they saw Marvel doing their shit, and like, let's throw Batman in the next movie. And I'm pretty sure people are like, no, let's give him his own movie. No, let's put Batman in this movie, and let's put. I remember there was an argument over Batman versus Superman, and he's like, I don't want that in the title, and they're like, no, you got to put it in the title. Like, and like, it was so dumb, so dumb. So I agree.
Somebody did an edit of like a scene from that Superman movie and made it brighter and not so grimy looking, and it worked so much better for a Superman movie. And then you juxtapose that with the Batman versus Superman movie with the grime and the darkness on it, and it just makes so much more sense. But of course, Warner Brothers didn't do that.
Nope.
So yeah.
I will say, when I was in theaters watching Superman or Man of Steel for the first time, and spoilers if you haven't watched it, that's like, I don't know how many years ago at this point, but the point,
at this point, if you haven't watched it, it's your fault.
The part where he fucking went snap, I was sitting in the theater like, what the fuck is that? Never in any. What part were you thinking?
I thought you were talking about when there's the tornado.
Oh, that too.
And his dad.
That's the best scene ever.
He just does this. He just reaches out for him. I'm like,
because like Superman is so goddamn fast. He could have been in and out. Nobody would have known it was him saving his dad. Like that. Oh,
literally, Superman is one of the fastest beings on the planet. One of the strongest fucking beings on the goddamn planet. My dude just.
That's when I checked out.
No, but
he nerfs himself way too much in everything. Superman, like, you see it in Injustice. Like, he is a god amongst men, but instead he's just like, oh gee golly, let's not upset the people.
Oh gee golly.
But yeah, for me, the ultimate one was the neck snapping, because I literally was reading the graphic collection of Teen Titans with Superboy in it, and there's literally a part where they meet a future version of him that was about to fucking snap someone's neck. And he's like, what are you doing? He's like, Superman doesn't kill. Didn't Cal teach you that? And then he like laser beams his future self. And I'm sitting there like, that's the exact moment from the comic panel. I'm thinking when this neck snapping's happening, I'm like, what the fuck? And don't get me started on that Doomsday bullshit in Batman v Superman, like Lex Luthor. And that Lex Luthor, I'm kind of glad they annihilated that universe. I'm sorry.
I'm so like, yeah.
How about Martha?
Martha.
Why did you know that name?
What did you just say?
But you know what?
They tried to...
You know what's funny is I never realized that until that moment. Like, oh yeah, they are both.
They're like trying to make it some like deep, like meaningful moment. Oh, both their moms were named the same, and it's just like I'm sitting there. I'm like, oh, so DC writers were unoriginal back in the day. Okay, got it.
Yeah, no, legit. Oh my god, they released the Timverse. I think the Man of Steel was my favorite Superman movie, and they didn't do anything that sad. No, I thought it was okay. It's just there's certain nitpicking. I'm nitpicking. But hey, we got Henry Cavill in tights. I mean, rar. I mean, if that's what you like, Nick.
Who cares? The most recent Superman is the best Superman movie.
It's pretty fun.
So good.
It's pretty fun.
It's so good.
Hands down. Not even just fun. In my opinion, I think it is the best fucking Superman film to exist right now.
I mean, did everyone watch it here? Can I say, is that fair to say everyone in the podcast has watched the new Superman? Fiasco, Doc?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So what were your honest thoughts on it? I thought it was pretty good.
I loved how they brought him back to closer to the comic character. Like, no like harsh language, which there wasn't much with Henry Cavill, but like I said earlier, the gee golly stuff, like that was great. And then somebody showed a comparison between that big fight in the Cavill Superman where like everything's getting destroyed, but then this new Superman, like, oh no, there's something being thrown at this building full of civilians, and so he ignores the fight and goes and stops that. And like that's really what Superman is.
And that's what I think I love the most about it. I think the most is that it brings us back to an old, like our old depictions of Superman, our old ideas of Superman, the good to a fault Superman.
Mhm.
That's the Superman I want. I don't need a reset. I don't need an edgy Superman. I don't need us to do something different with it. I just want good old American Superman.
Old Type has a question. It might be a little off topic, he says. What comic series would you guys recommend to someone who doesn't know jack about comics or superheroes or anything of the like? I understand it might depend on the person, but what would be a solid option for almost anyone?
You guys go first. I'll be right back.
Yeah. Something that's easy to get into, that's not overly dark. I'd honestly have to say probably anything Superman for the most part. It's not overtly dark like Batman, although that's cool to read. It's not over fantastic like the X-Men sometimes get, like the whole Krakoa arc or whatever. So I think anything Superman related would probably be the easiest because it's a name most people know. And they know he does good for the most part, and even if they haven't read or watched anything, and it's just I'm gonna put this air quotes. Normally, his comics are about just Superman fighting someone doing something bad. Normally, there will be points where there's like arcs, but for the most part, there's one shots where some bad guy of the week comes in and he does something. That's my take. I don't know about you guys.
My solid recommendation for anybody who doesn't know anything about comics, wants to read comics, is Saga. Saga is
good fucking choice.
Is like a space fantasy opera. Yeah, and it's excellent. Anybody who wants to read comics, doesn't read comics right now, there's an omnibus for $30. It's the size of a phone book. You'll want to and it's accessible. It has modern writing. You don't need to know anything. The writer Brian K. Vaughan is amazing. The art is amazing. Saga I recommend to anyone.
Yeah, good fucking choice. That's so solid.
Is that your pick too?
Also,
Raven?
I've gotten a lot of people into comic books just with Saga.
Yeah, Saga is genuinely awesome. I guess for me, it really depends on what kind of like reader you are or what kind of like pieces of media you like. But just to kind of list off a few, obviously I'm a big fan of the current Absolute series, specifically Batman. I think if you are trying to get into something and just kind of get like a feeling of how the vibes are, but want something with like a really engaging story and something that's still relatively fresh, so that you don't need to be invested in a full universe to understand, go with the Absolute. The Absolute series has basically just reset everything for just that specific universe. It's really cool to get into. If you want something a little more soft, a little more like might make you cry along the way, Always Never is a fantastic graphic novel about two old people falling in love again. Great. I'm a big hopeless romantic. If you want something that kind of really gives you a taste of like classic comic books, Batman Long Halloween, Dark Victory,
So good.
That series is real fucking good.
What was that? What was that series where like they did Marvel realistic? Do you remember? Like, there's a reporter that was going.
Ultimate?
Is it Ultimate? No, not like the universe. There was like a series of books where reporters going around and they did like realistically what would happen if these people got powers and shit. And like Spider-Man ended up being like the Hulk ended up being giant tumors of gamma radiation and killed himself when he first turned. Magneto could not control his magnetics, and so like he got killed at the airport. I think Mystique got split personalities because they kept transforming into people. I forget what that's called. That's also a good series. I don't know what it's called. That's a very bad example, but that's a good one, Old Type.
Well, that's fair. If I want something a little more modern and something that's still relatively fresh so that you don't have to be fully invested in the series, the power fantasy is actually pretty cool. It has a nice combination of superpowers along with a lot of kind of like internal talking between superheroes and negotiations between people who are tied to different nations and different motivations, and everyone kind of fits in a moral gray area, which is really cool. And yeah, I think those are my major recommendations. Oh, if you want something fucked up with a really cool twist that will still fuck you up, Identity Crisis.
Oh,
I
dude.
like that.
Oh
Yeah,
my god.
Identity Crisis was one of the first like multiverse events that I've ever fucking read, and it fucked me up because I was still pretty young when it came out. And then seeing the twist, I'm like, that's fucked up. That's real adult. Like,
Mhm.
but I'd say any of the crises are good, except for the one that I'm not gonna spoil it. But
I think.
Oh, I have one more.
Go on.
I forgot. We 3. We 3
Ooh.
is a Grant Morrison mini. It's 4 issues. You can get it in hardcover. It's about 3 pets that get taken by the government, turned into weapons, and they escape. It's like Homeward Bound, but it's amazing. It's amazing, amazing, amazing.
The one up for Superman, I wrote it to you, Ulte, but just in case you didn't see it, All-Star Superman by, ironically, Grant Morrison, is also a pretty solid one. It's a pretty solid one. Like, there's a movie too if you don't want to read it, but like the movie condenses everything into like a very short movie. It's where like it basically goes through Superman. Like everyone knows who Superman is, but like he has an issue with his health. I'm not going to spoil it in case you're going to read it, and it kind of progresses from like how he's dealing with it and what he does with that. So I definitely recommend that. It's a good read. It's lighthearted despite the fact of what's happening. So I think that's a good one. Long Halloween is legendary.
yeah, it is.
IDW Sonic Comics Verado. IDW does a lot of good runs. If you ever want to go Transformers route, IDW Transformers is pretty good. Pretty good.
So good.
Yeah.
Killing Joke, also really good.
Killing Joke, fantastic. The Batman Who Laughs, really good.
Oh my god! But that one you'd have to get into dark metal, no? Afterwards.
Yeah, that one's a little more.
Is it Dark Metal after or before?
I thought it was after.
I
no.
think, I can't remember. I think it's after because Dark Metal is when I don't want to spoil it.
I thought Dark Metal was when they discovered the Batman Who.
Okay.
I can't remember.
But anyways,
it's one or the other. But
as Yannick knows, he'll pipe in here in a second.
yeah.
which one came first, Yannick? Tell us. we need to advise.
He's the one that told me, so.
But either way, that's solid. That's a real good one. But that's also an extreme end. Like you're basically like reading Endgame for a lot of comics.
Okay, so Dark Knight's Metal, Batman Who Laughs, and then Dark Knight's Death Metal.
There you go.
There it is.
What I love about
Perfect.
that, it's not a spoiler. It's not a spoiler. I'm telling you right now. But what I loved about the last series that you guys are talking about, the Death Metal or whatever, is that you had, again, it's me being a Superboy fanboy, Connor Kent Superman, and then Superman's son Connor Kent Superboy, and Superman's son Superboy get referenced like they were brothers, and that brings a smile to my face because I always thought Connor should have been considered more like a son versus a brother, but that's my take. Anyways, sorry.
How many times can you say super in one sentence?
Shit. Okay, so we're just gonna push through to the last topic of the outline here, which is like everyone name your all-time favorite Marvel or DC character. Go.
Gambit.
Yeah, didn't we do this at the start?
Oh, that's
Yeah.
right. We did. Never mind.
And I changed my mind.
What are you gonna do if I was? Yeah, I'm changing my mind. Mine is the cocaine guy.
Yeah. Cocaine
Who did I
Bear.
say earlier? Kyle Rayner.
Yes,
Yeah,
that's right. My bad.
Only West is my favorite.
Well, I want to thank everybody for coming out and taking the time for this episode.
Oh,
Do your shout out. Yeah. If you guys want to shout out
yeah.
a comic book shop or anything, please drop it in chat right now. Fiasco, if there's a link or
So
something.
there's a place that I go to. If you were on my birthday stream, not last year, but the year before, when I went to buy that book in the middle of the stream, this is them. Let me type it and I'll keep talking. Dreamersbooks.com. They do ship, and they're currently, I don't know if it's on that website or not. It should be. They're having some financial troubles, so there is a place, like, if you don't want to buy anything, to donate to kind of help them stay open. They're like the guy, the one guy there is like the guy back home that I told you guys about, where it's like he remembers, like, I think I went in there last January to ship my books out to get graded, and he remembers me from that long ago. So they're great people. They're local here. They ship, but if you don't want to pay their shipping, just tell me what you want and I can get it for you. Yeah, and also I'm going to be streaming from their store at some point.
Hey.
Oh, cool.
In costume?
Yeah. I don't know yet. But I
Wait, what
asked them.
costume?
Yeah.
Yeah, if you did, what costume? Yeah.
Oh my god.
Put him on the spot, Doc. Put him on the spot.
No,
I thought he had
there
it already. My
is
bad.
there is a costume that I'm going to be trying to build.
Is
this
it
year.
Doom?
It's
Is
Dr.
it?
Doom.
Is it?
It's Dr. Doom.
The greatest of
the best hero, some would say.
Dude, you should be Gambit. You could be Gambit.
Yeah, but can you do the accent from
Wolverine?
I would have to I'd have to practice, but yeah.
No, man. Anyone else want to shout out? Oh, I'm not going to shout out that guy we hate. So like, but shout out to
fuck that guy. What the hell?
But
No,
shout out
business
to
away from
shout out to his family who are being forced to work there. Mad respect to your Plum, what's up? We're reaching the end of our.
Unfortunately, my local comic book store closed. So
Oh.
yeah.
Come up,
I just collect
come
omnibuses
visit
now.
me, and we'll go to that comic book store.
There you go. There you go.
Maybe.
You always tell me you're up here anyways.
I know. I next time I drive through, I should just stop by. Because I drive through 95.
That
at
guy
least,
we
like,
hate.
2 or 3 times a year.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Real.
If nothing else, we'll go get like food or something.
Any
Yeah.
last minute recommendations that you're reading something now for people before we go?
If you haven't done so, read Scott Pilgrim and then watch every fucking depiction of it. It is great. It is fantastic. You'll love it. You'll thank me later. Send me $5.
For me, it's I'm currently reading DC KO. It's been interesting.
Yeah,
It's been interesting, and then we're now getting into the Absolute Universe, which I also recommend. At least Batman. Read Batman. Maybe not Superman, but read Batman. Absolute Batman.
No, read Superman until it gets good. It's worth it, genuinely.
Okay, if you say so. Wonder Woman's all
I'm
right.
currently reading through not the first one when he first appears, but the second one when he comes back, Scarlet Spider. Omnibus.
Ooh.
Oh, very nice.
Yeah.
And Doc?
I'm currently rereading through all of Hickman's Marvel run from Secret Warriors all the way through Secret War.
Holy shit.
God damn.
Oh,
I have all the omnibuses. I read it before,
Oh,
but I
okay.
want to read it all before like all the Marvel MCU stuff starts going on.
that
Just to see.
saying Secret Wars reminds me that the comic shop he pulled out the Secret Wars where Spider-Man gets the black suit and he's sending it to get graded. And he's like, "You want this, right? You want me to hold on to this for you once I get it back from being graded?" I'm just like, stop talking to me.
You're the mark, man. I'm telling you.
Shit.
He
Yeah, you're the
knows,
mark,
he
bud.
knows.
You fell into the trap.
But again,
Yeah.
we'll end stream here, guys. But I do want to thank our guests, Feelgoodmdtv and TheThemeFiasco. Can you guys let us know when they can catch you next? Feelgood, when's the next time you'll be streaming?
Sometime around 10:30 Eastern Daylight Time on whatever day.
Okay.
I don't have a schedule, but I come on around that time.
So check them out if you're
I
not.
just appear.
And Fiasco?
I'll for sure be streaming tomorrow, 8 p.m. Eastern. I might fit in a stream today, but I don't know.
All
But
right.
for sure tomorrow.
And then we'll be back with our regular Gunpla stuff, hopefully Wednesday, depending on work.
Raven, when are you streaming next?
Yeah, Raven.
You know the deal, guys. I'm gonna say at some point in the next year, a year's gonna pass. I'm not gonna be streaming. You'll more likely than not see me on your FYPs. So anytime you see a video with me, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe for whatever channel I end up working for. And yeah, rock, don't ever change.
All right, guys. You guys take care of yourselves. We're just going to end stream here because it's a little hard to do when there's multiple people and the raiding part. But normally I raid, but not today. But I'll catch you guys later. Peace.
Bye.